Beloved souls, listen deeply to the whispers of the unseen, for today we unravel the delicate veil that hides the secret of time and destiny. These are not mere clocks and calendars, nor are they rigid chains that bind us. Rather, they are the sacred dance of existence itself, a cosmic symphony in which every moment, every breath, carries within it the divine signature of fate. Many souls move through the days, burdened by the weight of time, as though it were an adversary lurking to steal their peace. They chase after hours and minutes with anxious hands, fearing the future and regretting the past. Yet, what if this relentless struggle is but a shadow cast by the mind's restless wanderings? What if time is not something outside, a cold and distant master, but a river flowing quietly within the depths of our being? Consider the traveler who wanders a vast desert under a scorching sun. His lips crack with thirst, and his heart grows heavy with despair. He searches desperately for water, scanning the horizon, yet he fails to notice the clear, life-giving oasis that lies just beyond his vision. His eyes are blinded by his longing, his mind trapped in the illusion of lack. Time, beloved, is like that oasis, always present, abundant, and near, yet so often overlooked by the mind caught in pursuit of its illusions. The mind divides time into segments, creating a linear prison where moments are separate, distant, and fleeting. Past becomes a burden to carry, the future a specter to dread, and the present a narrow bridge we dare not linger on. But the truth is far beyond this fragmented view. Time is not a straight line that confines us. It is a sacred spiral, a dance of moments enfolding one another, where the past, present, and future are not separate rivers, but one eternal ocean. In this ocean, all times converge and mingle in a single, luminous point, the now. To awaken to this now is to see beyond the veil of illusion that separates us from our true reality. It is to realize that destiny is not a fixed sentence carved in stone, nor is time a thief stealing our lives. Rather, destiny is a living, breathing presence that flows and shifts with each conscious breath we take. In the eternal now, destiny is not a cage nor a reward, but a garden continually blossoming with the seeds we plant through our awareness and choice. There was once a woman who lived in a small village, burdened by grief for a lost love. She spent her days trapped in the shadows of what was, and what might have been, unable to embrace the present moment. One day, a stranger came to her village and whispered to her the secret of the eternal now. He told her to look at the river that flowed past her home, not as a line rushing to some end, but as a living current embracing all its waters. The woman began to watch the river differently, no longer afraid of where it led, but grateful for how it carried her. Slowly, her heart opened, and the weight of past sorrow began to dissolve like morning mist. She found that the present moment, with all its imperfections and beauty, was a sacred gift, the very breath of life itself. This story, beloved, is the path for each of us. To free ourselves from the illusion of time as an enemy is to free ourselves from suffering. When the mind ceases its frantic grasping and the heart surrenders to the eternal now, the spirit awakens. In that awakening, we see that every moment is a doorway to the divine, not distant or separate, but intimate and near. The sacred spiral of time invites us to step out of the false boundaries we have placed upon existence. It calls us to embrace the flow of life, with reverence and trust, knowing that what is unfolding is part of a greater mystery. The past is not a weight but a teacher, the future not a threat but a promise of possibility, and the present the sacred ground where all life blossoms. To live in this awareness is to live in freedom. The chains of fear and regret fall away, replaced by the wings of presence and grace. We begin to dance with time, not against it. To create with destiny, not be confined by it. In this dance, the heart is the drummer, the soul the dancer, and the eternal now, the music that guides every step. Let your mind be bent not by confusion or despair, but by the profound mystery of this truth. Time is not outside you, it is the breath of your own being. Destiny is not written on distant stars, it is inscribed in the sacred movement of your present breath. When you grasp this, beloved, your entire existence becomes a tapestry woven with meaning, love, and the radiant light of awakening. There is a common whisper among many hearts, a belief held tightly as if destiny were a stone tablet, etched long ago, unyielding and cold, a path already paved, a story already written. But listen deeply, for this is but a shadow on the truth. Destiny is not a rigid decree imposed from above, but a living garden unfolding beneath the sun and rain of your own becoming. Imagine the tender hands of a gardener, kneeling beside the soil. Within the earth lies a seed, small and silent, holding the promise of life. Yet that promise is not fulfilled by the seed alone. It requires the gardener's gentle care. Water to awaken it, sunlight to nourish it, patience to wait through the seasons. In this way, destiny is not a cage of iron, but a garden we cultivate with our actions, our thoughts, our very intentions. Every choice we make is a drop of water, every thought a ray of light, every intention the soft breath of wind that stirs the branches. The garden does not grow without our tending, and yet it is not controlled by us alone. There is a sacred dance between surrender and effort, a holy balance where we participate in the unfolding mystery without forcing it. When the heart resists destiny, fearing its weight and finality, it is as if the gardener were to pull at the fragile shoots, breaking their delicate stems. Resistance binds the soul, turning destiny into heavy chains that weigh down the spirit. But when we surrender to destiny, not in resignation, but in conscious co-creation, those chains transform into wings, and what once was a burden becomes freedom itself. Think of a young woman who dreamed of becoming a poet. She felt trapped by the expectations of her family and the harsh judgments of the world, as if her destiny were a narrow path carved before her birth. Yet, she chose to water her seed anyway, writing in secret, pouring her soul onto paper under the light of the moon. Her garden was tended in silence and faith. Over time, her verses blossomed into a fragrant garden of words that touched many hearts. Her destiny was not a prison, but a sacred invitation to cultivate beauty from within. In every moment, we are the gardeners of our own fate. The soil is rich with potential, but it demands our conscious care. A harsh word, a kind deed, a thought of hope, a prayer whispered in the stillness. All these are acts of cultivation. Even the trials and hardships are like seasons of rain and drought that test the strength of our roots. The garden may not bloom exactly as we envision, but if we nurture it with love and intention, it will unfold its unique beauty. Destiny is not something to be feared or battled, but embraced as a living, breathing reality shaped by our participation. It calls us to awaken from the illusion that we are mere puppets and recognize, instead, that we are co-authors of our own stories, partners in the sacred act of creation. This awakening is a profound liberation, a return to the sacred truth that within us lies the power to shape the unfolding of our lives. When you tend your garden with care, you begin to see the divine hand not as a distant judge, but as a loving companion walking beside you. The secret lies in this intimate partnership, where surrender does not mean giving up, but joining the flow with trust and awareness. The heavy weight of fate dissolves, replaced by the lightness of creative freedom. Let your heart soften to this truth: destiny is not a fixed point, but a living garden, ever growing and changing. The power to cultivate it lies within your hands, your thoughts, and your intentions. Embrace this sacred dance, and watch as what once seemed inevitable transforms into a blossoming field of possibility and grace. A child once approached a wise mystic with innocent eyes full of wonder and asked, "If the stars above guide my steps, can I still choose the path I walk?" The mystic's eyes gleamed with gentle, knowing as a smile touched his lips. "The stars," he said, "shine their light across the night, illuminating the way. But it is your feet that decide where to walk." In this simple exchange lies the deepest secret of our existence. A paradox that confounds the mind yet awakens the heart. We live in this paradox every moment of our lives, caught between the vast cosmic orchestration and the intimate freedom of our choices. Divine will is like the grand tapestry woven by the unseen hand of the universe. The infinite design that holds the stars in their courses, the seasons in their cycles, the rivers in their beds. It is the sacred music to which all creation moves in harmony. Yet within this cosmic symphony, each soul dances with a unique rhythm, stepping freely, choosing each movement with intention and grace. We are not mere puppets dangling on threads of fate, nor are we solitary masters wielding power over an empty stage. We are both the dancers and the dance, the weavers and the woven. Our free will is the brush that paints within the divine frame, the wind that shifts the sails of destiny, the breath that gives life to form. To deny either, the divine will or our own, is to lose sight of the wondrous mystery of being. Imagine a river flowing toward the sea. The river is bound by the landscape, guided by the earth's shape, but within its course, it finds endless ways to move. Gentle ripples, swift currents, quiet pools. It is free to choose its speed, its song, its path around stones and trees. So too is our will, bound by the divine will, yet free within that boundness to choose how to move through life. Each moment offers a sacred choice, to act with love or fear, with patience or haste, with awareness or heedlessness. These choices are not trivial. They are the very turning points where the flow of time bends toward harmony or discord. The power of choice is the gift that allows us to participate in creation itself. When we choose with an open heart, when our feet move gently upon the earth, we become co-creators with the divine, shaping our destiny with every step. Consider the story of a young man who dreamed of changing the world. At times, he felt overwhelmed by forces beyond his control, as if the vast universe had already scripted his fate. Yet he learned that within every challenge lay the power to respond, to choose compassion over anger, courage over fear, patience over despair. With each mindful decision, he discovered that he was not powerless, but deeply connected to the sacred will that flows through all things. His free will became the spark that illuminated the divine design in motion. This paradox teaches us humility and empowerment at once. Humility to recognize the vastness of divine will, the grand design that holds all in perfect balance. Empowerment to realize that within this divine order, our choices matter deeply, shaping not only our own journey, but the unfolding of the whole. In this truth, there is profound peace. We do not bear the weight of destiny alone, nor are we lost in the anonymity of cosmic law. We walk hand in hand with the divine, our steps guided by the stars, our hearts free to choose the dance. Each act of love, each moment of patience, each breath of awareness is a prayer, a song, a contribution to the sacred harmony. So walk gently, beloved, with eyes wide open and heart awake. Know that you are both guided and free, that your will dances within the divine will. In this dance lies the secret of freedom, the freedom to choose, to create, to become. The paradox is not a puzzle to solve, but a mystery to live, a sacred truth that bends the flow of time toward the beauty and harmony of the eternal now. Let me tell you the story of a man named Hassan, a humble weaver from a village, forgotten by the rush of the world. Hassan's hands were calloused from years of weaving, his heart simple and steady like the rhythm of the loom he tended. One morning, just as the sun was waking and the village prepared for market day, Hassan's loom broke. The shuttle snapped, the threads tangled, and the whole world seemed to crumble in that small room. To Hassan, this was disaster, a moment when fate appeared cruel, when the future he had patiently woven unraveled before his eyes. Yet, in that silence, something extraordinary happened. Hassan did not rush to fix what was broken with hurried hands, nor did he curse the misfortune that had fallen upon him. Instead, he sat quietly, breathing deeply, and began to weave again. Not with the perfect threads he once knew, but with broken ones. He wove without plan or pattern, guided only by the quiet whisper of his heart and the gentle pulse of the moment. What emerged from those broken threads was unlike anything the village had seen before. A new pattern, wild and beautiful, alive with unexpected colors and shapes, telling a story no one could have predicted. This is the secret that lives within each of us. Destiny is not a rigid script imposed from without, but a living tapestry woven in the present moment with the threads we are given. Hassan's story teaches us that what appears as misfortune, loss, or brokenness is often the very ground from which something new and wondrous arises. When we resist, clinging to the past or fearing what might come, we miss the hidden blessings woven into our trials. But when we embrace the present, the broken loom, the tangled threads, the imperfect now, we step into the sacred dance of creation itself. Hassan did not change his destiny by fighting fate. He changed it by accepting what was and responding with creativity and presence. In this simple act, he transformed disaster into masterpiece. This transformation is not unique to Hassan. It is the story of every soul willing to live deeply in the moment, to trust the unfolding of life, even when the path seems unclear. I have seen this truth in many lives. A mother who, after losing her home, found strength in the kindness of strangers and built a new life richer in love than before. a young man who, after losing a job he cherished, discovered a new calling in helping others, and found purpose beyond his fears. A poet who, through silence and solitude, learned to listen to the voice of the soul and wove words that healed countless hearts. These stories are not accidents, but echoes of the same secret, that destiny is a living, breathing presence shaped by our acceptance and creativity in the now. Living the secret means embracing the flow of life with open arms and an open heart, knowing that every broken thread carries the potential for new beauty. It means trusting that the divine dance continues, even when the music seems to falter, that the loom of existence weaves patterns beyond our comprehension. It means surrendering the need for control and stepping boldly into the mystery, where every moment is an opportunity to create, to heal, to transform. Beloved, when your loom breaks, do not despair. Sit with the silence, listen to the whispers of your soul, and weave anew with what is before you. Know that your destiny is not fixed in distant stars, but is shaped by your hands, your heart, your willingness to live fully in the sacred present. In this living, breathing now, the secret of time and destiny unfolds, not as a heavy burden, but as a gift, a canvas upon which you paint the masterpiece of your life. Embrace the broken threads, dance with the unexpected, and watch as your soul weaves a pattern of light that no fate could have predicted. At the heart of all mysteries lies a secret so simple, so profound, that it escapes the grasp of the restless mind. Presence. Presence is the breath that binds us to the eternal now, the invisible thread weaving the fabric of existence into a seamless tapestry. It is neither far nor distant. It is the very essence of being, the silent song beneath the noise of thought. Consider your own breath for a moment, not as a mechanical act, but as the living pulse of life itself. Each inhalation is an invitation, each exhalation a surrender. Within this gentle rhythm lies the universe entire, vast beyond measure, yet intimate as the warmth of your own skin. Every breath carries with it the unfolding of destiny, a story whispered not in words, but in the sacred language of presence. When the mind drifts to past regrets or future fears, it loses the treasure of the moment. Time then becomes a heavy weight, dragging the soul into shadows. But when we return to the breath, to the simple awareness of now, time ceases its tyranny. It dissolves into the eternal river where past and future merge in a radiant flow. In that flow, destiny is no longer a distant decree, but a beloved companion walking by our side. Imagine a mother cradling her child, fully immersed in the tenderness of that instant. Her breath slows, her heart opens, and the world beyond that embrace fades away. In that presence, there is no room for worry, no place for haste. Only the sacred now, alive and luminous. It is here that destiny reveals itself, not as a fixed path, but as a living journey, tender and unfolding. The breath of presence is the gateway to this awakening. It is the breath that calms the storm of the mind, that softens the hardness of the heart. Through presence, we step out of the illusion of separation and remember our unity with all that is. We come to see that destiny is not a chain, but a dance, a melody carried on the breath that connects heaven and earth, spirit and flesh. There was once a traveler who wandered the mountains, searching for meaning beyond the noise of the world. Exhausted and lost, he sat beneath an ancient tree and closed his eyes. As he focused on his breath, The frantic rush of thoughts slowed and fell away like autumn leaves. In the stillness, he glimpsed the vastness of the eternal now, the sacred moment where all things meet. From that moment forward, the traveler walked with a new light in his eyes, guided not by fear or ambition, but by the gentle breath of presence that carried him home. This teaching, beloved, invites you to come home to yourself, to the quiet center where breath and being merge. To live in presence is to live in grace. It is to hold each moment as a precious gift, not a hurdle to overcome. It is to know that in the simple act of breathing, you are touching the infinite, weaving your own destiny with the threads of now. Do not seek to grasp or control, for presence is a surrender, a letting go into the flow. It is the humble breath that opens the heart to the mystery and beauty of existence. When you breathe with awareness, you become a sacred space where time loses its power to bind and destiny reveals its tender face. Let the breath be your guide, your sanctuary, your prayer. In its rhythm, find peace. In its silence, find wisdom. In its presence, find the secret of your true self, alive, free, and forever connected to the eternal now. Beloved, do not allow the restless mind to clutch at time or destiny with hands of fear or force, as one who tries to hold water slipping through his fingers. The attempt to command what is vast and unseen only breeds suffering, for time is not a thing to be conquered, but a river to be embraced, and destiny not a chain to be broken, but a garden to be tended with gentle hands. Open your heart like the flower greeting the morning sun, soft, vulnerable, and radiant in its surrender. Let it unfold naturally, reaching for the light not out of desperation, but from the deep knowing that the sun's warmth is a gift to be received, not earned by struggle. The mystery before you is vast beyond all measure, a secret whispered in the silence between heartbeats, a sacred dance where all opposites dissolve, the past and future, control and surrender, fear and love. To embrace this mystery is to walk the path with eyes wide open and feet soft upon the earth. It is to move with awareness, not as a prisoner of time's illusions, but as a partner in the eternal unfolding. When you walk thus, every step becomes a prayer, every breath a celebration of the life flowing through you. Do not dwell in the shadow of what is past, for it is but a reflection cast upon the walls of your mind, nor live caught in the anxious grasp of what might come, a phantom conjured by worry and doubt. Instead, come home to the luminous now, this sacred moment where time and destiny meet and merge as one. In this space, the burdens of yesterday and the uncertainties of tomorrow dissolve into light, revealing the eternal present as the only true reality. Consider the river that flows endlessly, never clinging to the waters that have passed, nor fearing those yet to come. It moves with grace, embracing each moment as it arrives, weaving its way toward the sea. So too must you learn to flow, resisting not, grasping not, but surrendering to the current of life with trust and openness. This is the way of the heart awakened, the soul at peace. To live this mystery is to become a mirror, reflecting the divine dance of creation. It is to know that your becoming is not separate from the cosmos, but a vital thread woven into the vast tapestry of existence. Your moments of joy, sorrow, triumph, and despair, all are notes in the sacred song of life, each essential, each perfect in its place. When you embrace the mystery, you cease to resist the melody and begin to dance in harmony with it. Beloved, the call to action is not to wrest control, but to surrender wisely, to open your hands and your heart, to receive the gifts that time and destiny offer in every breath. Walk gently upon this earth, with kindness toward yourself and others, with patience for the unfolding journey. In this humble acceptance lies your true power, the power to transform what seems like fate into a living reality, shaped by your presence and love. Remember that you are both the seeker and the path, the question and the answer. In embracing the mystery, you embrace your own becoming, not as a destination fixed and final, but as a living, breathing process, forever new and forever unfolding. This is the secret of time, the secret of destiny, the secret of life itself. So open your heart, beloved, like a flower to the sun. Walk softly, breathe deeply, and live fully in the eternal now. Here, in this sacred space between breaths, you will find the freedom to become all that you are meant to be, the radiant, infinite mystery of your own unfolding. Remember, beloved, that the vast universe you gaze upon, the endless stars, the flowing rivers, the towering mountains, is not distant from you, nor separate. It is not a place apart, to be conquered or feared. Rather, it is the breath that moves within you, the silent pulse beating in the chambers of your heart. The cosmos is not outside, but inside. The infinite sky and the deepest ocean are mirrored in the vastness of your own being. To seek the universe without is to miss the sacred secret, that you are the universe made manifest, the living breath of existence unfolding in form. Time, then, is not the relentless enemy that hurries you forward, dragging you through moments you cannot grasp. It is not a tyrant that steals your peace, nor a thief that robs your joy. Time is your guide, your companion on this journey. Like a gentle river, it carries you toward the horizon, inviting you to move with grace and trust. Each moment is a gift wrapped in the present, a sacred offering from the unseen. When you embrace time as guide, you release the fear of what was and what will be, and instead dance freely in the now, where all moments converge in luminous unity. Destiny is not a cage forged by the hands of fate to bind your spirit in chains. It is, instead, an infinite garden, rich and fertile, where your soul's journey blossoms in endless ways. This garden is wild and wondrous, shaped by your choices, watered by your intentions, and nourished by your love. Each thought, each action, each breath you take is a seed planted in this sacred soil. The flowers that grow are unique to you, radiant with the colors of your becoming. There is no fixed path carved in stone, no final sentence written before your arrival. Only the living, breathing garden of your unfolding. Step now, beloved, into this sacred dance that weaves time and destiny into one harmonious whole. Feel the rhythm of existence pulsing through your veins, the music of the cosmos playing softly within your soul. As you move with awareness, watch how your mind begins to bend, like the reeds that sway gently by the water's edge. Flexible and free from rigid control, your heart will open wide, blossoming like the night jasmine beneath the moon, fragrant with the beauty of surrender and love. And your spirit will soar beyond the confines of fear and doubt, lifted on wings of light toward the boundless sky of your true self. This is not a distant dream, but a living reality available to you in every breath, in every step taken with presence and trust. The secret you seek is already here, waiting quietly beneath the surface of your everyday life. It is the breath that connects you to all things, the pulse that beats in harmony with the cosmos, the spark that ignites the flame of your becoming. Know that you are the dancer and the dance, the seeker and the path, the question and the answer. Within you is the sacred mystery where time and destiny dissolve into a single, radiant moment of now. Embrace this truth, beloved, and watch as the boundaries of your mind expand, the walls around your heart fall away, and your spirit rises to meet the infinite. Walk gently upon this earth, carry the universe within you, and live as the sacred breath of creation. In this living, breathing presence, you will find freedom, not freedom from time or destiny, but freedom within them, a freedom that bends your mind, opens your heart, and lets your spirit soar forevermore.